Happy Friday, baby! Woo! The Giants, the New York Football Giants, have probably recorded their most biggest win. It seems like in quite some time.
Yeah.
Man,
Biggest win since the playoff win against Minnesota.
Oh
I'll say
yeah,
that.
100%. And I'm so excited here. But welcome again to the 3010 podcast. I'm your host, Nathan Nguyen, joined by my guy, Brian Germanaro. Disclaimer, only got 2 hours of sleep last night, but it was worth it because, man, I was celebrating the Giants win over our division rival. Man, this one, it felt great, man. It felt perfect. It felt right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what it was, but like just the energy the team brought all game long for all 60 minutes. It was amazing, man. But how you doing, man? Brian, good to see
What do
you.
you think I'm doing? I'm doing incredible. Like, if there's two things you watch on this show. One is that you are extremely positive, and that's great. And two, I don't like the city of Philadelphia.
100%.
And last night, if you were a Philly hater, you had the ultimate trifecta. Whether it's the Eagles looking like a horrific football team, the Philadelphia Phillies having one of the worst postseason loss since maybe Bill Buckner in the '86 World Series. I mean, he had that. He should have just thrown the first. I don't know what he was thinking. Yes, in that moment, everything is going at 100 miles a second, but you should still know plays first base. You should know that.
Yes.
Or the Flyers losing. You know what? There was no happiness in the city of Philadelphia last night. They went 0 for 3, and it's a great day. It's a great day.
Heck yeah. Oh, for you, of course, because you're a Philly hater. For me, no, I will say that was devastating to watch in terms of the Phillies. Kirkering, man, I get it. You're under the pressure. The ball's routed out to you, and it's like,
but even Real Muto is pointing first base.
I know. The batter wasn't even halfway to first by the time he
generous if he's halfway.
Yeah, and Kirkering can, he throws fast, so he could have easily got the hit first, and we would have gone to like the 12th inning. But hey, that's on them. That's baseball, right? Season's over. But more importantly, we can focus on our boys, man. And I'm so proud of them. I mean, everyone was great. The rookie duo of Jaxson Dart, Cam Skattebo, man, I love them both to death. They are literally just amazing.
I mean, everything about them. They're fun. They play hard. They're fun. That post-game interview with those two, did you watch that?
I did, yes.
My God, those are I watched the interview. If you weren't already convinced that these are the future of the franchise going forward, go watch that interview with the Thursday Night Crew, and it just cements everything we're going to say about why these two are the perfect culture-changing players for this franchise.
Yes, sir. They will be the main focus of our offensive segment. So this will be a Giants-dominated episode. So we're going to talk about the offense first, then the defense, and then wrap things up with our final thoughts and look on to next week when we have Denver. We will face Philly in a couple weeks again. But
this team's got confidence in them now.
We do.
Like, they did the hard thing. They beat Philly, and you can say whatever you want about it was at home. Jalen Carter wasn't playing. Well, we had little Jordan Humphrey as our wide receiver one. You want to go there with injuries?
Exactly. There you go. And here's the thing. You mentioned Jalen Carter. Look, when it comes to the Eagles, right? All they talk about is like, oh, we have depth. We have Jordan Davis, and we have all of these guys. Like, hey,
last night.
Exactly. It's like, all right, then. So where's everyone else? And you talk about being at home. It doesn't matter. They still kick our ass even when we are at home or we're playing in Philly. It doesn't matter. So we took care of business. We got the job done, but we did it in convincing fashion. We blew them out of the water. We blew them out. It was no. There was
no ifs, ands, or buts. When you walk away from that game, there was not a question in your mind of who the better team was. That was the Giants, without question. And it's stuff like that dominant win, like the energy. Like you could feel the energy that Jaxson Dart was bringing to that game. Because once he was taken out in that scary situation when he was down, went to the Blue Medical tent, when Russ went in there, you felt the shift. You were like, wait a minute, something's different. Like even I had friends who weren't Giants fans, and we already said, like, this game feels differently when Russell Wilson is in. Like,
yeah, just for 2 plays, but it felt like an eternity.
and it felt, it's like, wait a minute, this is not the same team.
Exactly. And then later that first play was, I don't know what it was that Russ was doing. He waited till the clock nearly hit 0. So I was like, oh my God, it's gonna be a delayed game. And he threw it to Hyatt, but Hyatt wasn't like looking back at it. But I think it was more Wilson not knowing what the route.
I think the underthrown pass too on the next play.
I know it was ridiculous.
Dude. I mean, like, we're gonna be positive the rest of this episode. I want to be nothing but positive. But Jameis Winston has got to be quarterback too on this team now.
Oh yes,
Russ cannot see the field again this season.
I know I mentioned in the beginning there was nothing to complain about. That's like one thing.
That's the one thing, and it's such a minor thing because, like, who cares who quarterback number 2 is if Jaxson Dart can stay healthy and perform like he did last night? Like, quarterback 2 will never see the field. But, break a glass situation, it's got to be Winston. Because Winston, you can actually run what Dart wants to. Russ can't anymore.
You can keep the fun going with Winston compared to Russ, who just kind of takes the air out of the balloon, honestly, when he comes in. And Dable does not want him out there. You could
No, he does not.
You saw him on the sidelines.
He was just strangled like, our team doctor.
Dude, he was like, he was so mad.
The video of him running into the medical tent might be one of the funniest of all time. And Skattebo for that instance. And Skattebo's even like, I was trying to pull Dart out. Dart's yelling from the medical tent.
These guys care, man. It's something different. And like, hey, we talked about it before. Dart is Dable's son, man. Like he cares about him a lot, and he needs him, and Dart needs him. Needs him back as well, and vice versa. So I don't know. There's a different energy around this team, and we were so deflated after that New Orleans loss, man. But this game definitely
just imagine
changed.
where we'd be if we had won that game.
I'm
not taking away anything, but just like if we were like 3-3 with this type of performance, like I might be saying playoffs are back on.
And hey, honestly, the football gods are good. If the football gods wanted us to lose to New Orleans so that we could beat Philly last night, I'll take that
it all day.
10 out of 10 any day of the week. So hey, we're gonna have a lot of fun in this episode. Let's start with some facts before we get to the offensive, and we'll talk to the defense and all those things from there. We ended a 8-game losing streak against NFC East opponents. This is our 4th win in our past 18 games versus Philly. And this is actually the first time the Eagles lost back-to-back games since the end of the 2023 season, where they lost 3 in a row and missed the playoffs. This, and as I discussed on Belyep's short game preview clip, we haven't won a Thursday night football game in 10 years until last night. So it feels good, man.
10 years. I was in 7th grade. Last time the Giants won a Thursday night game.
I was beginning high school. I was a freshman in high school. So, a lot of things have happened since then. And
I'm a completely different person than I was.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
It was like literally puberty was still like a main thing for me when the last time the Giants won a playoff game.
We didn't hit the growth spurt yet.
Now literally turned 24 in a week.
I will say this though. I was looking. This is a tweet that was from Jim Schmidberg, and he said in 1984 the Giants blew up the NFC champion Washington at the time Skins, but they're now known as the Commanders, as you guys know. It was a turning point and a sign of better things to come. You could tell that day something was building. And Jim was referencing that win in 1984 to the win last night with against Philadelphia.
100%.
Because this feels like a turning point. This feels like something. Because if we lost this game, it's like, okay, we got Denver next, and then we got Philly again. Like the season was looking lost already heading into last night. So it's just like, okay, might as well just focus on the development of Dart and all these things. But it's like it's more than that now. Like this team, when they're clicking on all cylinders and they're playing the way they're supposed to play, we can take out.
It's a good football team.
Yeah,
a good football team, and that's not like we've had winning streaks in the past, like the Linsanity run of Tommy Cutlets, but I know that win against Green Bay was big. That is like peanuts compared to what last night was. Last night felt like we had Jaxson Dart with a future quarterback. Cam Skattebo was the future of the running game. Brian Burns could be Defensive Player of the Year after his performance last night. Cordell Flott stepped in, had a big game. Who was it? Dane Belton? Was he the guy that forced the fumble?
That was the guy that forced the fumble.
Yeah, Dane Belton had a big play. It's
Very
like
good.
You're starting to see the core of a championship caliber team, be built, and for them to gain that confidence of, hey, we can go in to anybody, no matter who we're playing, whether it's the Super Bowl champion Eagles or the 0-17 New York Jets. We can go in there and we can beat them. We have a shot.
And not just beat them, but beat them with
them handily, beat them with confidence, with conviction, no ifs, ands, and buts about it. Not like if this happened, then maybe. It's no. The Giants walked into that stadium last night in prime time when they struggled to a team that have owned them for the past decade and took it to them and kicked their ass.
Yeah, right?
That's the kind of stuff that changes a fortune of an entire organization. Whatever happens with Jackson, whatever happens the rest of the season, if the Giants go on some run or in the hunt, we can point back to this moment and this game when everything changed.
Yes, sir. Speaking of which, we are streaming both on X and Instagram at this time. I have a comment here from Casey, one of my good friends, Jaxson Dart and Skattebo with 3 fire emojis. We appreciate you for stopping by. And yes, those two guys, man, were definitely the leaders last night. Was an outstanding win for the G-men.
3 touchdowns for Cam Skattebo. I just traded for him in fantasy. I traded Jameer in a 14-man league. Jameer Gibbs for Skattebo and Cortland Sutton. I look pretty good right now.
I don't know. That looks pretty smart, man. I mean, before last night's game, it was probably
Skattebo got 31 points last night for me.
Yeah, I'm in the league that we're both in with my other friends. I'm actually facing the guy that has Skattebo. And I saw the deficit, and I'm like, oh, crap, I'm already down 45 points already. But you know what? I don't give a fudge, man. I could lose in fantasy.
I don't care. I would go 0-12 in fantasy if it meant the Giants were win games.
Yeah, dang right. And they sure did last night. And you mentioned all those guys, a Belton, of course, Burns and Scat and everything like that. And it's clear we have a core of guys that can lead this charge back to where we want to be. And, of course, the leader of that is Jaxson Dart, man, who is the first rookie quarterback to ever defeat a reigning Super Bowl MVP in prime time within the first 3 starts of their
his career. First primetime game, too, which I think is important.
Yes, sir. He just has this aura, energy about him. I love him, and we're going to talk a lot more about him right now as we head to our first segment, which is the Giants offense. Hey, 34 points against an Eagles defense. So we'll take that any day of the week. And
imagine if I told you the Giants were going to score 34 points yesterday. What
I wouldn't believe you. I wouldn't believe you.
If you had told me the final score last night would be 34-17, I'd be like, okay, we got killed, didn't we?
Yeah. No, I know. I'm like, oh, yeah, the Eagles are probably the ones scoring 34, and we scored 17 some way, somehow. But nope, roles reversed. But yes, this is the first time in 81 games, actually, since the 2020 season that the Giants scored more than 7 points in the first quarter. So that's when you knew things were going to be, off to a pretty good start for New York.
Yeah. I think the real big start happened was on that first drive for the Eagles. Like when Saquon Barkley had the back-to-back big runs, and you're kind of saying like, oh,
I was so nervous, by the way, too. I was like, fuck, it's going to be that type of game.
That's why I tweeted out. I'm like, this is going to be a long night, isn't it? And then they get the stop, and then Jaxson Dart comes right out and answers with a march down the field. I'm like, okay, Dart. Okay.
Yes.
This might be different. And then they scored on the following drive to go 14-13. I'm like, oh, okay. All right. Maybe I was too quick to judge here. This team, there's something about them tonight. They got something.
Yes, another game, another opening drive touchdown, like you mentioned, that ended in a 20-yard scramble run by Dart.
I was just screaming, Dart, go!
Just go!
Like when the play broke down, I screamed at my TV, Dart, go, start running. And I'm like, just get the first down. And then I saw all the green. I'm like, oh my God, is he gonna run in for a touchdown here?
With the Giants, man, when obviously you mentioned how they got off to a good start. On that first drive, when on the Eagles' first drive, it was honestly a great. How do I say this? It was great that we held him to a field goal, because that was like the first That was the first play, the first moment where I was like, okay, we held to a field goal. Let's see what we can do in offense. But it was great by our defense to hold him to just a field goal, because Saquon was going through our defense on those first two plays. I was just like, crap. But then on a 3rd and 12, I believe, on the Giants' first drive, we hit Lil Jordan Humphrey.
Yes,
dude.
Oh my God,
by the way, so glad he was elevated. Whoo, so happy he was elevated, because he had that chemistry with Dart in the preseason. So we're thinking, hey,
talked about last time in the broadcast how when he was targeting Humphreys, these two play together a lot during the camp and stuff. So they have that bond.
Exactly. And for Dart to trust him on 3rd and 12, just throw it up there and Lil Jordan to come down with it, that's, props to him. And we'll talk about the receivers a lot more for sure. But no, Jaxson Dart,
had a good game.
Hey, he did. Hey, I know I ain't gonna lie. I criticized him, multiple times.
I criticized him in my fantasy article this week. I put him as a sit. I'm like Wan'Dale is too inconsistent and just is not. I just don't trust him this week.
Yeah, he's nothing more than a short intermediate type guy. But maybe that's kind of a good thing, because he's just because you're a short intermediate guy doesn't mean you can't contribute. And he contributed last night. Had 6 catches for about 80-something yards, man.
That great touchdown on the second drive, that 30-yarder.
And a clutch block by Lil Jordan Humphrey to set up that touchdown as well. So, but Jaxson Dart, man, I love you. I love you. You have brought me, you have brought Brian, and you have brought all Giants fans across the world so much happiness for the first time in a long time.
It's hope. It's real hope. We had hope with Tommy DeVito, but I think in the back of all of our minds, we knew that this was a flash in the pan. There were some people say, this is the next franchise guy. We're like, all right, let's all. Any rational Giants fan was like, all right, this is nice what's going on here, but this isn't viable long term. Jaxson Dart, you're seeing it wait a minute, this is long term. You're
seeing it firsthand. He's doing all the things. He's doing all the things to make us. Yeah, there's nothing we can't complain. Yes, the turnovers from New Orleans. Sure, but what rookie in general doesn't make those mistakes?
Set the rookie record for most interceptions thrown in the season.
Yeah,
arguably the best quarterback of all time.
As long as you learn from those mistakes, that's all we could ask for. And he learned last night from that game, because zero turnovers last night by the Dart and the team as a whole. So. He joins Jalen Hurts, by the way, and Lamar Jackson as the only quarterbacks with 50+ rushing yards in each of their first 3 career starts.
That's pretty good company to be in.
Oh, he's in more company. Him and Patrick Mahomes are the only quarterbacks since 1991 to lead their team to an opening drive touchdown in each of their first 3 career starts as well. Damn, we're making good history, man. He's making great history, specifically. And I'm so proud of him. He's effective. He keeps his eyes downfield. You think he's going to scramble, and you have to, pay attention to him, but then he'll start to run, then he'll keep his eyes down the field and throw it to whoever's open. I love that. It's his ability to make just defenders miss during his scrambles as well.
Yeah.
His agility, his scrambling ability, and his ability to make plays out of nothing. Honestly, that's just what makes him stand out so much. And when he throws the ball, it's with anticipation. It's into tight windows. He's a headache. He's a headache to deal with, and I'm so glad we're the one that gets to have him.
He's a pest to play with. I know it's more of a hockey term, but him and Skattebo are both pests.
Yes, they're just a bunch of dogs, crazy dogs to say the least. The exciting whites, as people have called him.
Cam Skattebo is actually an insane person. Did you see the video that surfaced today about Skattebo?
The Arizona State one?
Yes, that one.
Dude, I was
just smashing his head against a brick wall.
I was like, this dude definitely has CT.
I am in love with this person right now.
And he's hilarious, man. He's just so. He's a human wrecking ball. It's as simple as that. He's a wrecking ball.
Oh my God, he is. He's just a little, just bowling ball. It's just.
Dude, Philly could not stop him.
No.
Whatsoever. I will say about Dart, the one play I loved the most from last night. It was a 22-yard pass to Theo Johnson. It looked like a normal pass, but if you watch the whole play again, he was in the pocket, stayed in the pocket with pressure bearing down on him, right? And he delivered it to Johnson as he was going to get clobbered. He knew he was going to get clobbered, but he's like, nope, I'm going to hit my guy in stride. Because he trusts himself, and he trusts his receivers, to his wideouts, or whoever it is, to catch the ball.
And shout out to the O-line for giving him time.
Oh, my God. Hey, you said it before. It's always a good thing when we don't hear nothing about the
Mhm.
offensive line.
And we really haven't heard anything about them since the Hudson meltdown.
Yeah,
Like since then, they've been like,
smooth sailing.
Thomas has been great.
Oh my God, yes.
Illuminor, he had the bad false start last night, but hey, you know what? Things happen.
Yes.
Sometimes you jump. Sometimes you jump. It's that
You're
simple.
damn right.
I don't like it. I don't want it to happen. But if my only complaint is the one false start penalty you had, and when the Eagles were committing 8 all night, I'll look at it.
No,
Oh, by the way, I was saving this for defense, but did Nick Sirianni just kill the tush push last night?
How so?
Well, he ran it for 4 straight plays, and it kind of, I don't know if you saw, but the reception online was, it kind of, I think for the first time, flipped negative on a tush push. It's like, wait a minute, this is stupid.
Yeah, I mean,
I think, yeah, like I think the public perception of the tush push was always like, the Eagles are really good at it, but find a way. Don't ban it. That's kind of cheap. Like to ban it on them.
Yeah.
After last night, seeing the offensive guard very clearly jump.
Oh yes, dude.
And then running it 4 straight times. Like even Mike Greenberg today on ESPN, when they're showing the highlights, he goes, "And we want to apologize if you had to sit through this sequence of events."
I was so
pissed off. It kind of
feels
like the public perception had gone from banning it would be cheap to ban it because this is not being officiated right.
Yeah, because the refs aren't looking at the line of scrimmage carefully as they should.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude, that pissed me off.
I really think I always thought it was 50-50 to get banned. Now I think it will get banned, and I think we could point to this game as the reason why.
Like I was fine.
That's what the public perception flipped on it.
Like for me, I was fine with it for like a long time. I was like, hey,
yeah, I was too.
Like, hey, if they're good at it, then try. You got to figure out how to stop it because teams have done it before.
I was the same way. Figure out a way to block it.
Yeah, but now it's like looking it up close, and it wasn't just this game. I think it was the Denver game or the game before, or whatever the case may be. Like we've seen close-ups of Philly jumping off sides when they run that play,
and people have been ringing the bell for this for a while. We're like, I people like a couple years ago, like the Eagles are illegally shifting when they're doing this.
Yeah, so I think hopefully maybe the NFL takes a closer look and like, hey,
I think they will.
We're not sitting here complaining. Y'all, like, Eagles fans should know. Like, you can't. No Eagles fan can sit here and tell me or anyone that they don't see that they're jumping early before the ball is snapped. Like, you can't.
Yeah.
And thank God. I know he's only a backup.
We were very fair about tush push for a year. We came on this show defending the tush push.
Yeah, damn right.
We have the archive. Go back and watch it. We defended it, and we were happy it wasn't getting banned. Now. Right. If the Eagles are gonna keep jumping off sides, you gotta ban it.
Exactly.
Because if the refs aren't gonna handle it, the league's gotta handle it.
And this is a bit unrelated to that, but I know he's only a backup, but thank God DJ Davidson didn't get hurt in a major way last night during that tush push play. That pissed me off, bro. So you gotta be kidding me, man. Like, cause players can get hurt when it comes to this. To this specific play, but thank God he was okay. He came back in the second half, I believe. So, but otherwise,
push that entire Eagles offense is going to implode.
Good. Then they need to figure it out because
think about the entire offense is built around the tush push, getting within 1 yard, so you can just push forward and get the first down. That's what their offense is built around. You take out that, and it's like, well. Now what's your offensive identity? Saquon Barkley's not what he once was. Jalen Hurts, when you force Jalen Hurts to throw the football and be like an actual quarterback, he doesn't, he loses a lot of those battles. He's had some moments, don't get me wrong. I think the Broncos are a good example of a moment where he shined, but that's just one example. You could probably find 5 or 6 where he's throwing the football and it's just not working.
Yeah, he did overthrow Devontae Smith last night. I was pretty scary to see, but thank God he overthrew him.
Yeah.
Yes, it was crazy. But so far this season, Jalen Hurts has struggled versus zone coverage, and that's what we ran most of the game. But he actually dominated, or not dominated, but he was better in zone coverage last night. But then against man defense, he was just not that great. And I'll bring up the stats
Yeah, when we
later
get
on
to
for
defense,
sure.
back
No,
to Tart.
don't apologize. Hey, there's so many positives, man. It's hard to stay on track. I don't blame you. But no, hey, with Dart, man, 17 to 25, 195 yards, 1 touchdown, had 58 rushing yards as well. That's a dual threat quarterback if I ever seen one. And the Giants, by the way, 11 to 16 on 3rd down. That is amazing. We are converting, and I love it. But he looks so comfortable, Jaxson Dart does. I mean, in Eagles defense, that always causes fits for this Giants offense every single year. He just looked comfortable, leading the team down the field easily, had 3 touchdowns in the first half, or led the team down the field to 3 touchdowns in the first half, I should say. And in total, 5 total drives that ended in a touchdown. Look, man, it's clear. We have the franchise guy, and he may not have just saved our lives, but also the job of Brian Daboll. And I want to say this. I know, and I feel like it sucks how we're eating the words that are where our views are different for what they were our last episode on Tuesday, where it's honestly, I would give up on Daboll and blah, blah, blah. John Gruden should be the next head coach. Major props to Brian Daboll. For him to have the guts to be
it's a step in the right direction for Daboll.
Yes. Yeah. For him to be all right, Russ, we're done with you. I'm gonna put my rookie quarterback in, and he told the media, "This is my decision." I'm pretty that just shows maybe Joe Shane, the ownership was nah, let's keep Russ in, and maybe we'll let Dart play later. But Daboll's nah, we need Dart now, and that's my decision. That takes some balls, man. And for him to do that, and for it to pay off, what's it called? We beat the Chargers, which at the time were one if not the best team in the AFC, and now a win against Philly. Who's to say, after these 2 major wins, Daboll maybe does deserve another year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I believe in him.
I think it's a step in the right direction. It really is. This is a big notch, a big feather in his cap. It's how he finishes the year from now on. If we're competitive in every game, then you can bring him back.
Yes. And let's have more of these big ones, because there are still plenty of tough opponents. We got Denver. We got Philly. If we can beat Philly again, maybe get revenge on Dallas. I think we obviously play the Commanders later on the year too.
Coming into this week, after this game, I know we still have a tough schedule, but there's not a game I don't think we could win. Think about it. Think about where we were for this game. We were so sure. I mean, you picked the Giants upset on the pick 6, but I think all of us last night kind of knew all right, yeah, this is going to be a loss for us. This is another bad year. We're done. And then they just go and flip the script like that. It's well, if they beat the Eagles in a game that everyone and their mother thought they were going to lose, who's to say they can't win all the rest of these games?
Yeah, it makes it puzzling. It's if they can beat the Eagles, then why didn't they beat New Orleans? There was just so many unlucky turnovers and all those things. But performing the way they did against a really, these are the reigning Super Bowl champions, man.
Reigning Super Bowl champions, and it's not like the reigning Super Bowl champions, but they lost core pieces. No, they returned pretty much the same roster.
Yeah, and they reloaded with a bunch of talented rookies, and that's what they bragged about all off season long. But it's okay. Well, let's see what you got. And they didn't do much to stop us last night whatsoever.
No, they couldn't stop us last night. They could not stop us last night.
They really couldn't, man, honestly. And this was a statement. And even Jaxson Dart said it too when asked about it. He was yeah, this game, it's absolutely is a statement that we beat Philly. But, man, you know what? After what we dealt with for 6 years with that, boring old quarterback, Jaxson Dart, he was built for New York. I'm going to say he built for the primetime lights. It's a night and day difference, man, between him and Daniel Jones. And I love it.
Think about it. I tweeted this out before, and I think I was retweeting your video. I tweeted out that I'm this is a big game for Jaxson Dart, because Eli Manning and Daniel Jones, Eli Manning was a franchise quarterback, and Daniel Jones played long enough, I think we consider him a franchise quarterback, because he was a quarterback for so long. He was our guy for a while.
Yes.
They never could beat Philly, ever. Never. So I'm here's Jaxson Dart's first big test to do something that the previous 2 quarterbacks struggled to do. And in round 1, he passed with flying colors.
Damn right. He was amazing. Efficient, made the right decisions, created plays with his legs, pushed the ball down the field. I loved it, man. And we talked about early at the beginning of the show when he got injured. I was so scared. I was like, no, dude, like he got injured.
Because we like a little behind the curtain here. Nate had texted me like, should we do a show tomorrow? Like they're playing well.
I know.
And I'm like, regardless of the outcome, we should do a show tomorrow because waiting to Tuesday, I think it's a little disingenuous for a Thursday night game.
Yeah.
But like, so we agreed to, okay, no matter the outcome, we're going to do a show. And then Nate goes, let's hope they keep it up because they're playing really good right now. And as soon as he tweeted that out, Dart went down with an injury. I'm like, oh my God, he cursed us.
And I was like, no, I should have texted Brian. Like, I usually never text Brian during the game because, I want us to both.
Yeah, it's like very, like, if we're texting your game, it's very quick. It's like, oh, that was crazy. Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I was so scared. I was just like, oh my God, like, no, please get up. And then went to the commercial, and I was so antsy, and I was
literally having a panic attack because I'm like, we can't lose Dart right now. But my mind like immediately went to like Neighbors, or I'm like, maybe we are just like cursed.
Yeah.
We can't have nice things. Like Neighbors was supposed to be that guy. He's out for the year. Now we could potentially lose Dart because like we didn't know what the injury was. I was hoping it was just the wind knocked out of him. But he kept kicking his leg up. I'm like, oh my God, is it an ACL injury? Like, what's going on?
And then he got up and ran off the field. I was like, okay,
when he ran off the field, I'm like, we're fine. We are fine. Because like, even if he was concussed, he's not sprinting off the field like that.
Yeah, and then he went to the tent, and then we saw Skattebo go to the tent. We saw Dable go. Like, I've never seen that before. Like all these like his teammates, the coaching, like the crowd was like quiet, and they were booing Wilson when he was on the field, and then when they saw Dart come out of the tent,
they booed Wilson after he messed up. They at least were like.
But you could tell, like it was like kind of quiet when he came in.
No, it was quiet, and that's what my buddy was referring to with like the atmosphere, like the whole mood of the game flipped.
Yes.
Like even if we win the game but Dart's out, we're not happy like this right now.
No, just like when we beat the Chargers without Malik Neighbors, like we won, but
it's a very similar, yeah. But no, this is different.
This was different. So, but man, just Dart, please, just be careful, man. Like we need you to stay healthy. We need you to stay healthy.
My favorite part is he has a concussion, and then like the next drive, did it again. Like just like let with his head and like power through someone.
I saw that play too.
I'm like, this guy does not care about anything. This guy
will
wants
fight
to win.
for every yard. Like I remember I think it was either during the New Orleans game or the Chargers game, where Dable was wanting him to slide more. But Dart was like, on first and second down? No. He was saying, on first and second down, sure. But on third down, he's not sliding. Like, he's going to fight for that extra yard. And I'm like, all right, bet. Like, just be careful, when you're running with the football. But, hey, fight for that extra yard, young man.
Keep that thing tight, buddy.
Hey, keep that thing tight. Fight for the extra yard. Do what you got to do. I'm fine with it. But I love him. He was great. And I'm so thankful he is our quarterback. I really am. And he is
like you said it like I know you wanted Shador when you talked about this, but it was like because you wanted him because of the swagger and the culture change that he would bring to the organization. We got that with Jaxson Dart. It's more of I think a better because he's Eli Manning in the way he like acts off the field, Yes, very well mannered. During the post game, you could see that too. And I think this is the biggest thing. They brought on his parents, which is I think very very funny that the entire Giants crowd was chanting "Mama Dart." I know, crying, especially because of like some of the stuff like sites like Barstool been posting about her.
Yes,
like, if you know, you know. If you don't,
you know. Yep.
Just go look her up and you'll find out pretty fast. So I thought it was very funny. But the fact that, and I wish her name is avoiding me right now. The host of the head girl, the host of the panel,
Clarissa Thompson.
Clarissa Thompson. The fact that she got up, she goes, "I have to tell you," and she complimented Dart's mom about how well mannered he was. I'm like, man,
do you know how much that means to moms, man?
That means so much to Mrs. Dart, so much to her. But the fact that like he's that well mannered off the field. But when he's on the field, it's an animal. It's like that is the quarterback we want. Like, I want you to care, be confident, be fiery, but don't do something stupid off the field that's going to cause a distraction. And Dart is the exact quarterback I think of when I think of that type of player.
He treated everyone on that panel with so much respect, and he was
well, actually, not Richard Sherman. He kind of destroyed Richard Sherman in Star Wars trivia.
Hey, just like you, I should be.
You gotta watch Star Wars now because
I know.
It's just Star Wars.
When he was asked, I think what was it?
I was screaming all the answers to with it.
Yeah.
I'm like, man.
when Fitzpatrick was asking the questions to Dart and Sherman, I was like, damn, I don't even know any of these answers, obviously, because I never watched it. But you could see like Dart's like happiness show up again
Dart
too.
Dart just locked in like Naboo, Tatooine.
Yeah, he's such a nerd, but I love it, man.
I want, you know what? If my franchise quarterback, like on a Saturday night, like just gonna sit in his hotel room and watch Star Wars.
Fine with me.
Fine with me.
Fine with me.
You know what? I love going to the bars, watching the next guy. Do not get me wrong. I do not want my quarterback in a bar at 2 a.m. before a game.
Keep that quarterback safe.
Keep him in his room. I don't want to hang. As funny as Johnny Manziel is, and he played that great game hungover, I don't want my quarterback hungover.
Oh yes, no, definitely not. But man, Jay, to sum up that particular point, he's great. He's a great guy off the field, a great teammate, great quarterback, and I'm so excited to see what more he has to show us for the rest of the season, man. And you know, I don't know. Hey, rookie of the year? I don't know. I'm just saying, offensive rookie. If he keeps it up,
who's the favorite right now for offensive rookie of the year?
Hey, Buka, from what I've.
Oh, Buka, yeah, okay. But outside of that, who?
True.
Genti's not played that well.
I have an idea.
Trey Henderson hasn't played that well.
True.
Hampton's hurt.
True. That's gonna be Hampton's on his way to the rookie of the year.
Hampton had a case for it. He had a couple of good games, and then he's banged up, so he's out for a while. There's not really a receiver kind of besides Mbuka letting it up right now. So like, why can't it be Dart or Skattebo?
See, great transition to our next point. Because hey, so glad Tyrone Tracy's back. It was great to see him back on the field. And
he's RB2 now. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Skattebo's the unquestioned running back number 1. Actually, when I was
he's did a gymnastics routine after one of the touchdowns. You got Al Michaels on the broadcast going like, someone get Simone Biles on the field. I kind of want to know what the points was for that. I was crying at that point.
Dude, you know what the thing was is that when we heard the news that Tracy was coming back, when everyone was like, "Oh, okay, so Skattebo's production may go down a little bit than what it has been these past couple weeks."
I thought,
because
especially in the passing game, he would be.
Yeah,
I'm like, at the very least, Tracy would be the receiving back.
And we did see Tracy, like he was when the Giants were running empty sets. We saw Tracy on the outside.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. But hey, you know what? What a journey for Skattebo, right? Like entering this year, we were like, okay, he's gonna be this goal line back, which he is, but like a primary goal line back, third and short type of
Brandon
guy.
Jacobs. Brandon Jacobs is the word we kept saying over and over about him.
Yeah, but
he's a lot more than that.
More than that, I tell you, he's RB1. He's here to stay. 19 carries, 98 yards, 3 touchdowns, had 2 catches for 12 yards as well. He's a battering ram. He's just.
I just have one thing to say about Skattebo. Saquon who?
I know. Hey. Way to release your document.
Skattebo over that overpaid veteran every single day.
He didn't do much against us, I tell you. And again,
you just knew he picked that date to release that stupid documentary of him trashing us because he thought he was gonna run all over us, go on Thursday Night Football, the post-game show, and then the documentary would come out and it'd just be like his victory lap.
Yeah.
No,
sir.
Not only did we beat you, we dominated you. And we found your replacement who is 10 times better than you. And more
Take that documentary and shove it up.
Exactly. Like, shut up about the Giants, dude. You made a decision. Bye-bye.
Bye, buddy. We don't need you. By the way,
like when I forgot who it was. I think it was Dexter Lawrence. Or maybe it was Nunez Roches who got a tackle on Barkley early on in the game. I'm like, man,
I think it was Nunes-Roches, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, man, if we can do that consistently. First off, I screamed, "Get comfy, Saquon. That's what you're gonna be all night."
Yeah, damn right.
Like saying that, just like that's not gonna happen. He's gonna run all over us.
Yeah.
But I'm like, man, if we could stop him, that'd be a storyline of the night. And then I don't think he got over 60 yards.
No, I think 50 something yards. I think he was up 58 too.
4.8 average in a long of 18. Only had 9 receiving yards, so he didn't even get 75 combined yards on us.
Fun fact: Saquon Barkley in his career, he's played over about 90 something games. Has had 0 games with 3 touchdowns. Cam Skattebo
got 1.
Had 3 rushing touchdowns. He's only played in 6 career games. I'm just saying. Oh, and by the way, he is the first Giants player with 3 rushing touchdowns in a game since Ahmad Bradshaw in 2011.
Wait, let me see if I can guess the game. Is it to 2011, the year 1 Super Bowl? That one, 2011, 11-12?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I have that schedule on my wall right now, so let me look here.
If you get it, I'll be very impressed.
Hang on, I can't see the scores from here. If we're gonna see my room. Know that.
He dominated this game, by the way, too. Holy crap.
Did we win this game?
We did.
We did win this game?
Close one, too, by the way.
Close one.
It was.
It's not the New England game, is it?
It is not. You're on the right track.
Is it Buffalo?
It is Buffalo. 27-24.
All right, that game was actually on my birthday.
Ain't no way.
That was my 10th birthday. That was my 10th birthday.
Isn't that ironic? Mm-hmm. By the way, 26 carries, 104 yards, and 3 touchdowns for Bradshaw in that game. But yeah, dude, Skattebo was making history, and he, as we mentioned earlier, he had 98 rushing yards. 79 of them came after contact, and since week 3, he's totaled 251 yards after contact, which is second most in the NFL. That's a dog, dude.
And the fact that he wears 44 like Bradshaw too. I mean, come on.
Fitting or what? Like, the football gods loved us yesterday. They love the Giants. They love all Giants fans last night.
For 10 years, so
we deserve something, exactly. But Skattebo was great. But what I loved the most was that last drive. It was a 12-play drive to seal the game. We just ran it and ran it and ran it and ran it, and they could not do a damn thing. That's what I'm saying. I was like, holy crap, this is fun to watch. Mm-hmm. And I think there was like 6.
I was worried because I'm like, I don't know. You haven't seen Friday Night Lights, right?
I have not.
So if anyone has seen it very early in the movie, it's not a spoiler. It's like one of the main points of the movie. It's how the team bounces back. Their star running back tears his ACL on like a very similar situation where they're blowing out their team. And they're trying to bring the backup in, but the backup loses his helmet. So they had to put the star back in and not play, tears his ACL and out for the season. I'm like, this is so much fun to watch, but please take Skattebo out of there because I do not need him injured when we're up 34-17 right now. But like,
you know what's crazy? They put Singletary in.
I'm like, this is the one time I want to see Devin Singletary in this game. It's right now.
Dude, and we were still running the ball down their throats, and we were still doing it successfully. Like Singletary was getting like 5-6 yards during that drive. So
yeah. No, it was crazy. And like, again, that's on the offensive line for giving good holes and good blocking. Like what we say. We said we didn't want a top 5 offensive line. Just give us an average one. And I think the Giants got a pretty good one last night.
They're playing better than the average, I tell you.
Like I said, Thomas was good. Illuminor was good. The guards were good. Even JMS has been pretty average this whole year. I know he got injured last night, and I think it's a nose injury, right? It's something weird.
I think part of it was a concussion that they.
It's a concussion, yes, but I think he hurt his nose because I saw the original injury report from the Giants app was John Michael Smith's questionable to return nose was what it was. And I'm like,
yes. Yeah, I don't know what it was exactly. But yeah, that was a little. I was concerned, but apparently after the game, Pro Football Focus had him as actually the second highest graded
Yeah.
player. So I'm like,
He's been putting together a very solid season.
yeah, and we low key kind of crapped on him quite a few times so far this year. But like, there's been games where he's like this game where he's played pretty well, and his backup Austin Schlottman.
Oh my God,
my
where
bad,
was
man.
This all year?
My bad, man. I didn't know who the heck you were. I mean, I knew who you were because you played in the preseason, but I was like, I wasn't really confident in
I was
you.
familiar with your game, sir.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He did pretty well. The offensive line didn't miss a beat when JMS went out. So props to JMS and props to Schlottman as well, and all the guys in the O line, man. And of course, I thank God a lot that Carmen Bracillo was born, because that man is an outstanding offensive line coach, and
He knows what he's doing.
hey. And I think entering this game, the Giants were 7th in pass protection, and then I'm not sure what they were ranked from a run blocking perspective, I should say. But definitely they've improved in both areas compared to years past. So, hey, great job with the run game. Any final thoughts on Skattebo before we get to the receivers and
just that he's an insane person. I love.
He's insane. Hey, him ripping off his shirt. With
my God, I was cackling when that happened.
That's crazy, man.
I'm like, this is the greatest interview I've ever watched in my entire life. Like, I mean, that interview sold me. Like, I was already sold that these two are going to be like the franchise changers. But I don't know how, if you had any question, you cannot sit and watch those two with the Thursday night crew. Like, that was a really fun interview. I don't know how you can't sit there and be like, man,
I was laughing. I was smiling, laughing.
Like, these two are going to be something special. They're so personable. They have such great personalities. They blend so nicely with everybody. Like, the team loves them. They want to fight for them. This is what we needed.
They were built for New York, and
yes,
I love that.
And even Dart has been saying, like, he's been watching the Yankees in the postseason and watched the Knicks during their postseason run, and he sees what happens in New York when teams get good, and he goes, "I want to bring that to Giants fans."
Yeah, and he mentioned this city is starved for wins, and
he's so
as Giants fans, as Giants fans, we have been wanting wins forever. Like, and he mentions.
New York fans want, like, because like I like you bounce around, like, but like as someone like roots for New York across all 4 sports, New York sports is bad right now. We haven't had I mean, I know the Liberty won last year, but like of the 4 major professional sports leagues, and WNBA is a major league, don't get me wrong, but like when you say the big 4, you think MLB, NFL, NHL, NBA. New York has had a champion in those leagues since 2011.
And that was us.
But think about it. There are 8 teams that play in New York among those 4 leagues. None of them have been good for a decade. Or at least none of them have gotten where they're supposed to. Because I know the Yankees have been good. They just haven't won.
Finish, They
haven't been able to finish it, you know? And like you get some spurts, like the Rangers haven't been able to finish it. The Islanders had a good stretch there for a little bit. The Nets looked like they were going to bring a championship back to New York and blew up spectacularly in their face. But still, if this is the core that gets us that title, I wouldn't be surprised. I know I'm getting ahead of myself after one game.
I know,
but it's
but it's hard not to overreact.
It's hard not to when you're looking at these two and just like every the attitude you had before last night and then what happened. How you can't not root for these guys and be like, they are a fun team to root for.
There's a different energy that these two bring to the table, and the guys around them notice that, and they play at a different level. Like when Russ was quarterback, we did not see this energy from everyone.
And Russ is also kind of corny too. I think everyone forgets that. Like, I feel like the Pittsburgh kind of washed away Denver a little bit. Yeah. Like kind of because I don't think Russ was great in Pittsburgh, but he was serviceable. And I think in our minds, if we just had that Russ, we'd be okay. But like in Denver, there was Broncos country, let's ride. There was all the Subway commercials, which we've made fun of extensively on this show.
Spicy.
It's spicy. You ever done anything dangerous? Whoa. And then he was dressed up like that weird. That you remember that he was dressed up.
It was.
But like he was also like doing calisthenics on the team ride to London. Like, this is just a weird dude. This isn't someone you rally around. Like, Richard Sherman's been very vocal about, like, since then, like, how much he does not like Russell Wilson.
And he does not like him at all, actually.
No, and I think a lot of it has to do with what happened at the end of Super Bowl 49. And if that had gone differently, maybe their relationship is salvageable. Because, like, all right, you know what? He did win 2 Super Bowls to me. I at least owe him that. But maybe this Giants team was just not able to rally around Russ because of that weird energy he brings off.
Yeah,
Jaxson Dart doesn't bring off weird energy. He brings off let's go run through the guy in front of us energy.
He brings this swag, man. Like Wilson, he's a veteran guy. He's a respectable.
Yeah, I mean, I think young players respect Russell Wilson because of what he's done in the league. And I think a lot of the guys in the league now grew up watching Russell Wilson. But we all know he's at the end of his time. This is his last season.
Yeah, but this Giants team, they needed like a new voice, like some new swagger and all these things, and Dart and Skattebo would bring to the table. So Russ can kiss my ass. Honestly, I don't
rocks
on this team. Yeah, exactly. I will say this though before we move on to the receivers.
If we could try to trade him, like,
yeah,
I would trade him in a second. My big question is, who's trading for him?
Not Cincy, for sure. Because
Cincy was the one team I would thought trade for him because they were so desperate for a quarterback. That's why.
I know.
There's no team out there that I feel is desperate for a quarterback.
Yeah. Well, there has to be somebody. But I will say this, though. Before we get to the receivers and the tight ends and the O-line, we have to get the defense, too. This formation.
We've touched the defense, but, like, not.
I know.
Beautiful.
Dude. I love this formation. It's called the pony formation, apparently. We ran a few different plays from it. We ran RPO. We ran RPOs, fake runs to Skattebo, to Tracy, and then handed off to Skattebo. I think Dart took off a few times from this formation too. Like this is a great formation
built around.
Hey, extra blocker for Dart with Bellinger on the right side, as you can see there in the image for those watching on YouTube. I love this formation. It worked to perfection last night, and I just wanted to bring it up real quick because I don't know, it was great to see. So, and by the way, I love Amazon Prime's Prime Vision, whatever. That's so cool.
Yeah, well, when they were doing the distance between Zach Bond and Dart on the run when he's like being the spy.
Oh yes,
and that Dart had a 5-yard separation at all times on him.
Yeah, right. Hey, quarterback spy for what? Useless.
Yeah. What spying what? He ran right by you.
Last name by Cam Skattebo. He gained positive yards in all 19 of his carries last night. He's the first running back this season to record 18 plus carries without a 0 or negative yard rush. So when you give him the football, he will get you positive yardage because that's who he is. All right, we got to get to the wideouts. We'll get through them quickly. Hey, there's Slayton. Thank you for your service.
See ya.
We got a little Jordan Humphrey. We're good. Had 4 catches for 55 yards. Set the tone with that 34-yard catch in that first quarter. Made some good catches overall.
Yeah, that's I think that's when things turned for the Giants. Was that one too?
Oh yeah, that set the tone. I think that kind of.
There was a few tone setters like stopping Saquon, stopping that Eagles offense on that drive. But that little Jordan Humphrey's like, oh, we're moving the ball, and not only moving the ball, that's a receiver that's off the practice squad.
Yeah, and he's been in his league for quite some time. He is a clear upgrade over Beau Collins. I am perfectly fine with rolling out.
Beau Collins can't see the field again this year.
Nah, he's done. I'm fine with Wan'Dale, Humphrey, and some sort of Hyatt Slayton. And you know what, Jalen Hyatt?
I'm at the point where I wouldn't mind trading a receiver.
Trading for a receiver. Yeah. I would.
I mean, after performance last night, I'm like, if we get a real receiver in here, this team really could make a run.
Like you mentioned, right? It's like if we continue to stack wins and stay competitive, why not go get yourself a Jacoby Myers? That a lot of people agreed on, of course, on our TikTok that we released, and we appreciate y'all support out there, by the way, as well. But I will say, and again, shout out to Wan'Dale Robinson, 6 catches, 84 yards in the touchdown, had that big catch on 3rd and short as well towards the end of that 3rd quarter, which was clutch. He was great all game. Shout out to Jalen Hyatt. Because towards the end of that first half, he had 2 consecutive catches. One was for a first down. It was a contested catch, too. And he only had 3 catches for 17 yards, which is not eye-popping in any way, shape, or form. but he did have a couple of key plays. He had those catches. He had that pass interference call in that fourth quarter that led to the ball being placed at the 1 yard line that led to a Cam Skattebo touchdown. So, hey, I know we've criticized them a lot. A lot of Giants fans have criticized Hyde. And it kind of seems like the coaching staff doesn't believe in him. But hey, this game definitely built his confidence. And he's not. Yeah. The fact that we didn't.
He'll never be a wide receiver 1 like we may have hoped he might have become.
No, no way. But I will say, he can be more than just a deep threat. We just have to at least just set up routes for him to do different things, like whether it's comeback routes or drags or whatever the case may be. Set that up for him and see how that goes, because last night he ran a couple of those comeback routes and they worked.
Yeah,
comeback routes, curls, whatever you want to call it, it worked out. So look, I know he's had a few drops this year, which has frustrated the heck out of us. But let's see if this game is a building block or a sign of better things to come, I should say. But yeah, Theo Johnston, Dale Bellinger, Chris Manhurst says they didn't do much in the receiving game, but as blockers, they were fantastic. So I thank them for their service. And of course, the offensive line. Andrew Thomas, so far this season, by the way, he's had 86 pass blocking snaps, 0 pressures.
Oh, beautiful. That's what needs to be on the field.
Damn right. No sacks allowed by the offensive line. So Dart did have 2 sacks on him, but none of them were charged to the offensive line. Mm-hmm. So stellar performance all around. I love it. The O-line was great. And like we said earlier, when you don't hear anything or much about the O-line, that's a good sign. And we did not hear much at all other than occasional compliments from Herbstreit and Michaels during the broadcast. So shout out to every single one of those big boys. Mm-hmm. We love it.
Shooter McGavin on Twitter might just be the funniest video. It's Brian Dable. Great win, everybody. Enjoyed a long weekend. Cam Skattebo today, and it's a scene from Happy Gilmore when he's in the batting cage. He's just taking line drives off his chest.
My God.
And you know what the worst part is? Is a video service of Cam Skattebo doing that? I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
We've seen him batter his head into a brick wall before a game. Like, what else could he have done?
That video is so funny because, like, the guy in front of the guy doing the camera, like, did a double take. Like, wait,
what are you doing? Even the teammates were like, "What kind of exercise is that?"
What could that help with?
Well, it helps all right, because apparently maybe that prevents CTE. Well, I mean,
I don't know. Dude.
Probably not, but he's a character, man.
I mean, it's like another tweet was like, "Can we get Cam Skattebo to wear a Guardians cap?" And the guy was like, "Dude, he doesn't even want to wear a helmet."
If he could, he probably wouldn't. Yeah, he probably wouldn't want to wear a helmet, honestly. But yeah, and again, shout out to Mike Kafka. Outstanding game call last night.
Yeah,
no complaints by him. But another unit that we have to discuss is the defense. And I will say this: Shane Bowen, you adjusted and you called a hell of a game as well.
We will give credit where credit is due. Hell of a job by Shane Bowen this week.
Yeah, he mixed it up. He made Jalen Hurts and that offense frustrated. They forced him to hold on to the football.
I mean, Devontae Smith, like, he was crying on the sidelines at the end of that game.
Him and AJ Brown, man.
Did you see them? I mean, like, AJ Brown was a little bit more, like, I think, composed, but I was looking at Devontae Smith, and you could just see the sadness on his face. I'm like, oh my God, he's gonna cry right now.
I love it. I don't give two.
I didn't care. I'm like, cry. Let me drink.
Cry. Do it.
Let me drink your tears. I'm already drinking all the Phillies fans' tears because of the worst play ever. Yours would just be like, the frosting on top.
Man, this defense has looked completely different. Actually, this is the third straight game in which Shane Bowen and the defense has held their opponents to under 19 points.
Yeah.
So, hey, and like we talked about at the beginning of the show, if it wasn't for stupid turnovers by the offense, we
could probably win that Saints game.
Yeah. But,
hey, there is a world where the Giants are 4-2 right now.
I know.
And it's not crazy.
No, it's not. It really isn't. It's literally
like, You change 1 or 2 plays here and there, and the Giants are 4-2.
It's a way different story. We're in the playoff hunt, all those things.
Playoff hunt. I think we're winning the division right now if we're 4-2.
That's right, because Philly's 4-2 now. We would have the tiebreaker over them.
And we would have we'd be 2-1 in the division.
With that, because we beat that. Yeah, true.
Like the only games the Giants lost was the game against the Chiefs and then the Commanders game,
which was an ugly one, by the way, too.
Those are really ugly, but since then,
yeah. But I tell you what, this defense, man, they were great last night, and Shane Bowen adjusted when needed, because we talked about earlier. Hurts has struggled this year so far against zone. He was pretty good in zone last night, but we did adjust and ran man coverage at times too. And Hurts was 6 for 12 for 66 yards and had a negative 10.4% CPOE, which stands for completion percentage over expected, which means the quarterback, or Hurts in this situation, is completing passes 10.4% fewer than what would be expected based on the difficulty of their throws.
So let me just see if I got this right. So he was expected to throw 20 passes, right? Like technically 20 passes, and then so he only got 10.
Basically, okay, sort of something like that. Yeah,
it's a little different, but that's kind of what the basis of that is, and then that's impressive.
Yeah. Simple definition: he was not great against man coverage.
Football analytics for dummies.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, he was sacked 3 times. And Brian Burns, dude,
we were making a case for defense. We talked about Abdul Carter winning Player of the Year. I think Brian Burns has established himself as probably the front runner right now.
Hey, he
leads the league in sacks, doesn't he?
He is tied up with Nick Bonito now for the most sacks in the NFL.
Wow, 7.
He's on his way to All-Pro season. No doubt about it.
2 tackles 100%. For loss, by the way.
2 tackles for loss, 2 quarterback hits. The edge rushers got to the court. They always continue to close.
The NFL in solo tackles this year?
Bobby Okereke, right?
It's not Bobby Okereke.
Is that one of ours?
Yeah. Well, that's Bobby Okereke is 3rd in total tackles. I'm talking solo tackles. It's one of our guys. You're never going to believe this.
It's not Moasu.
Nope. You're getting closer.
Is it Nubin?
It's not Nubin.
Yeah, not last night.
Getting closer.
Not Holland, is it?
Not Holland. You're close.
Damn.
It's a defensive back. I'll give you that.
Damn. It's not a Debo.
It is a Debo.
What?
Debo has 37 solo tackles, which leads the league.
That is crazy.
Now, granted, that might end because he played 6 games, and the Dolphins player, Jordan Brooks, has only played 5, and he's got 32. Yeah. So if he gets 6 tackles this week, he'll jump him. But still, the fact that Adebo is lead the league in solo tackles right now is crazy.
Kind of a good thing, but also kind of a bad thing. And Adebo did struggle last night. But then again, you are shadowing AJ Brown, who is a top 5 wide receiver. So, I kind of expect you to struggle if you were going to. I'm not surprised. But yeah, the edge rushers did their job. Saquon Barkley had 2 carries for 30 yards to start the game. Finished with 12 carries for 58 yards. So that means the defensive line did their job. Stuck to their assignments well. Did not get bullied. Moasu and Okereke got to Barkley, tackled him, and to prevent any big plays. And earlier before the game, it was reported that the rotation at cornerback 2 was going to end, and Cordell Flott won the job to remain CB2. That was a great decision. And I screamed so many times at my laptop watching the game last night. I don't think I screamed much louder than that interception. I was going ballistic. Because as soon as Flott got his hands on it, it was sprinting. I was like, go, run that back. And I thought he was going to run it back too. But then Barkley pushed him out of bounds. But I was like, that sealed it for me. And I was like, yeah, there's no way Philly's going to even come back in any way, shape, or form. So that brought the ball from the Giants 9-yard line all the way to the Eagles 23-yard line. And shout out to Cordell Flott, man. Heck of a play. He definitely rewarded the Giants, trusted him to be that cornerback number 2. And that was the first interception on Hurts in over 300 attempts, which was the longest streak in the NFL. And great awareness by him as well, because New York was in zero coverage, so it was man-to-man coverage, and he was going up against Jahan Dotson. But after the game, he talked about it. He knew it was going to be an out route, and he was 100% correct. So great play recognition in all of those things. And Dane Belton, by the way, as well, had that clutch fumble, like you mentioned at the beginning of the show, that he forced on A.J. Dillon. And it was a great bounce back play, too, because the play before that fumble by Dillon, there was some miscommunication between Belton and Holland, where Goddard had to have that where Goddard had that big catch. Because what's it called? Because Goddard was running straight, but there was like so much open space around Goddard, and I was just like, why is he so open? But wait for Belton to bounce back, and make a play on the ball, and get the Giants back the football on offense. So, but yeah, anything in regards to Flott, Belton, anything on defense, buddy, that I missed by chance?
No, I think you pretty much covered it all. Like it. I mean, it was just I think the best performance we've seen from a Giants defense in years.
Against a really good offense, man. Simple as that. An offense filled with playmakers and a top 5 quarterback, and we made him not look like one last night. So, shout out to those boys. Yeah, we mentioned Adebo already struggled, but he did have a passing interference call too. So, Adebo has struggled, like you mentioned before, but hopefully gets that cleaned up as we continue here this season. But hey, shout out to the defense. Great stuff all around. And yeah, wrap things up here with our last segment. Just to final takeaways from a great win against the Eagles. So now we have it's going to be 10 days of rest before heading to Denver for a road game against the Broncos. Look, I guess special teams real quick. Jamie Gillian not kicking or not having the opening kickoff.
Not the opening kickoff. I think the biggest special teams thing was where we started. Gunner had a great night last night returning.
Dude, yeah. 4 kickoff returns for 103 yards, an average of 25.8 yards per return.
Mm-hmm.
Had that opening, like you mentioned, 37-yard return that gave the Giants great field position on that first drive, capitalizing a touchdown, of course, and had that 15-yard punt return. So, hey, we got ourselves a punt returner. I mean, we've been having him, but like he's very consistent, very solid, and I'm very happy.
But still, it's kind of what Dable was talking about in the second half of the Saints game, was like we weren't winning on early downs. I know it's not early downs, but we're putting ourselves in such good field position that we're a couple first downs, we're in field goal range. Yeah, like it's a big boost for us already.
Yeah, exactly. Like, because Gunner is putting us in great situations, and I'm so happy he's our returner. He's great in kickoffs, on punts. Like, he has the coaching staff's trust fully, and he has our trust as well as fans, knowing that he's not going to make a mistake. Rarely, if any. So, and I will say last thing before we talk about Denver, or a little bit about Denver and all those things. No picks from us this week. But we're gonna be enjoying this
Giants weekend. Like this was an impromptu thing. This was a talk. This episode I tweeted out last night was just about the Giants, because at the end of the day, this was originally called the G-Man Corner, right? This was originally just a segment on a show. This podcast is Giant centric, and this is the biggest win in podcast history for the Giants.
You're damn right.
One night.
It made us both happy.
We're going back to our roots, and it's what it's like. I literally have like my college friends are like coming over in like a couple hours, and a lot of them they're half Giants fans, and we're literally texting last night. I had double the amount of adult beverages I had to buy, because they're like we thought we'd be like like misery, drowning our sorrows. Now we're like, oh my god, we're gonna party.
Yeah, hell yeah, as you guys should. And honestly, I would do the same if I wasn't working today. I'd be relaxing and enjoying myself as best I can, watching the highlights again.
I've already watched highlights 6 times.
Oh, dang it. Well, I'll be watching it again tonight too.
It's been on my TV, just like, because I've been doing stuff around the house, cleaning and stuff. I do some work for my other jobs and stuff, and just all day, just on a loop. Like last night, like after the game was over and after I watched the highlights, I started playing. I was trying to start a new Road to Glory in college football because it's the one
Okay.
mode I haven't really played yet. I'm like, let me try it out. And I was sitting there like, because I like having something on like my phone, whether it be like a podcast, a TV show, while I play. And I'm like, do I just watch the Giants game again?
Might as well, right?
I literally sat there for like 10 minutes. I'm like, did I just watch the game again?
There's so many good moments. Why the heck not? You know what I'm saying? So many positive moments, man. I tell you. And I'm very excited. I do work later tonight, but definitely after I'm off, I'm watching the highlights again and just enjoying just seeing us defeat our division rival. So yeah, fly Eagles fly. Yeah, sure. You can whatever. I
They
know.
didn't fly last night.
Damn right they did not. But what was heartwarming the most and
Yes.
post game. After the game, I should say. The post game speech by Dable when he gave the game ball to John Mara.
Heart, like
I know that
melt,
warmed my heart.
I mean, and like that means so much to John Mara because
It
John Mara
does.
loves the Giants more than like it's like well, think about it. He loves the Giants so much, like maybe as much as his family. The Giants is his family. The Mara family is the Giants.
Yes, and you said it before, Mara. He may make some questionable decisions, but he just wants to win.
Yeah.
As simple as that. He's tired of seeing us, in the cellar, bottom of the NFC East, all those things. And
that's why I don't scream for him to sell the team like I would like when the Wilpons ran the Mets. I screamed for them to sell the team because they were horrific owners and made bad decisions and cheap decisions. John Mara makes bad decisions, but I know it's just, it's I don't know how this he made a bad decision, but he didn't make a bad decision for any other reason other than he thought it was the right choice.
Yeah.
Like there was no ulterior motive. He's like, what move can I make that the Giants are going to be a better team? That's always what he thinks when he makes decisions.
Yes.
And have those decisions been wrong? Yeah, he's made a lot of those wrong decisions. He made a lot of bad judgment calls. But that has not changed the way he's felt about this team, and he'll continue to try to make those decisions to make this team better. Yeah, if anybody deserves this win tonight, it's him.
Yeah, I'm right. I'm so happy for him, and
I'm so like because it's cancer is it sucks. I know people affected by it. It's just a horrific, horrible disease, and just knowing what he's going through, that he could sit and watch his football team dominate the way he does, I had to bring a smile to his face in a very challenging time for him.
Yes, sir. New York, thank you for bringing back happy. Even if it's just for this week, who knows what's going to happen against Denver? But I hope we continue.
Who cares what the future holds? This is enough.
This was a big win, and if we can keep this up, man, if we can just, I know, the last time we looked ahead,
we go to the link and do this
again. Oh, dude,
this podcast will become unlistenable.
Exactly, and I will promise you this: if that happens, if we beat the Eagles in the link, so the game is on Sunday, so our next episode will be on Tuesday.
We might have to do an emergency episode that night.
I might either that or we do it on Monday, or the episode on Monday or something. I don't know, one or the other. But we will do something very similar to today. But the Giants.
I'll sing my changed version of "Fly Eagles Fly" if the Giants win in the I will love that. I will rewrite this song and sing it on this show if we beat the Eagles in the link.
I would love it. But again, hey, thank you to Jaxson Dart. Thank you, Skattebo. Thank you, Lil Jordan Humphrey. Thank you to the offensive line. Thank you to Burns, Carter, Tibbs, the defensive line, linebackers, the Flott, Belton, Gunnar Olszewski, Brian Dable, Kafka, Bowen, Shane,
the water boy,
the janitors, John Merritt. Thank you for one night made me feel like the happiest guy in the freaking world.
For one night in a long decade,
I know.
It finally felt like the Giants were the Giants again.
Yeah,
the team, right. that historic franchise, the winner of New York.
Yes, sir. I love football. I love being a Giants fan. I freaking love it. And Hey, and
the 10, like we don't want the 10 years, but like when this team is good again, we're going to appreciate it so much more.
Yeah, damn right.
Because of what we've been through.
Yeah, damn right.
Mm-hmm.
I promise. Yeah, I agree. 100% agree with that, and I can't wait for that day.
Because like it's finally. I mean, and maybe, and I'll close. I think we'll close on this thought.
Of course.
After watching last night, it's not a matter of if we'll be good again. Now it's when will we be ready to compete again, right? I think if we could sum up last night in this entire podcast in one word, the feelings around the Giants fan base and the organization is that one day with this group, we'll be contenders again.
We have the pieces to do it. We have an electric quarterback.
Which hasn't been a feeling in a long time around this organization.
Yes, sir. We had an electric quarterback, a crazy running back there running the football. When healthy, we have a solid receiver, number one in Malik Neighbors. I can't wait till he's back next year. A so far very solid offensive line and a defense that will wreak havoc when called upon. And I'm super excited to see what the future holds. But a great win against Philly, a division rival, and I'm so thankful for the G-Men. And that will do it for the 3rd and 10 podcast, season 3, episode 40.
Go
Big Blue, baby! Yeah,
it feels good to say, like, because like I've always loved the Big Blue nickname, and like over the past few years, like it's kind of stupid to say when this team's really crappy.
But not
after anymore. It's like, yeah, we're Big Blue. Like, come
after
get
that
us.
win, I tell you. Well, that'll do it. We hope you guys enjoy the rest of the NFL weekend. We sure will, because there will be
I'm gonna kick my feet up. Might put some parlays out there. Of course, I'll tweet them all out. I always do.
And guess what? If you lose the parlays, who cares?
I don't really care. I really don't care.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that would just the cherry on top.
We're playing with house money right now.
Well, you can follow us as always on social media. You can follow me at Nathan_124. You can follow Brian at PD1016. You can follow our podcast page at 3rd and 10 Pod on Twitter and Instagram, and our TikTok page is at 3rd and 10 Podcast. Shout out to our sponsor, SeatGeek, for use the code Belly Up Sports.
Quick shout out to the Sister Jean family. R.I.P. to a legend.
So
sad when I saw that last night.
I saw it too. I was like, no.
106 years old. God bless.
Long life. But, hey, shout out to her. That too.
Shout out to her, and I might throw a future on Loyola to win March Madness.
That would be a
great story.
What
now I gotta go college bet. I gotta go look at lines now.
You gotta do it.
I go in the lab real quick. Cook up something.
Cook up something. Might as well. And you can find our other amazing podcasts and writers at bellyupsports.com. We'll see you guys back on Tuesday for a review of Week 6, and we'll talk a little bit about as well the Denver game on Tuesday. Then. But for Brian and Nate, thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate your support as always. We love it. We appreciate all the comments, likes, all those things. And
TikTok's just blowing up recently. I love it,
dude. I love it. I love the support, man. And just shout out to everyone for stopping by and commenting, taking the time out of their day to comment. And I can promise y'all this, we'll always comment back as well. But for Brian,
Justin Tuck worked for Goldman Sachs.
What?
Yeah. Not only that, he was the vice president. Now he's the managing director at Goldman Sachs. Imagine your boss is Justin Tuck.
Shoot, I'd be starstruck.
I would not get any work done ever. I would just be like, so tell me about those Super Bowls.
I'll go and be like, hey, Tuck, it's good to see you.
Brian, you have to go get work done. I know. I got like 10 more questions though.
It's like, how would you feel sacking Tom Brady in the biggest game? And it's like, well, but that's a legend. Giants legend.
On that note, happy weekend, everybody. Go enjoy.
Enjoy yourselves, guys. Bye.